Hey guys, Anne here from Amocha Reviews, and I'm super excited to be back, this time with more Monster Hunter, and we're looking at a brand new line here called Capcom Figure Builder Cube. So this is a spin-off of Capcom Figure Builder, the blind box sets, which I've been doing a lot of. Cube is a definite departure from the blind box format. You know exactly what you're gonna get. It's gonna be bigger, and it's gonna be a little bit pricier at about $17 to $20. And you'll see the difference right away in its packaging. Clear plastic, you know exactly what you're getting. Again, on the back, you have an image of the Shrine Ruins, nice little touch. On the bottom, you just have product information that it is, in fact, a Capcom Figure Builder Cube. Packaging-wise, it is pretty basic with a lot of molded plastic and plastic sheets to keep everything safe. Each box comes with a textured base in the same shape as it is with Figure Builder, a cute little touch, as well as a hole there for the peg that you're going to be using to prop up the monster. There's also said peg, which looks almost exactly like what you'd get in Capcom Figure Builder, as well as of course the monster itself, and here is Enraged Magnamalo. The colors really jump out at you, which is one thing I really liked about Magnamalo's design to begin with, the purple, the yellow, and right now, one thing that becomes a little more apparent when you look close up are the specks of blue that you see across his body as well. The bigger size has given the Capcom team a lot more room to play more with the tiny details they like to do in Capcom Figure Builder, the normal line, but now you see them a lot more clearly here. The blue dots, the ridges, a lot of textures and tiny details even on the underbelly, which is where you'll find the hole for the peg. Flipping him back over, you also have the tail, which has a lot of fine weathering, maybe to show how many smaller monsters he's cut through over time. Going bigger really gave the team a lot more room to play around with the whole plated armor aspect of the tail and spear-like shape as well. Really fab. But going to that snarling face, you'll see a lot of detail in the mouth and the horns, but not so much on the eyes, which are basically just blue dots. The same problem I had with the Figure Builder line in general, which they haven't really fixed here. Installing the peg is significantly easier in Cube than it is with the normal Figure Builder line, with the interesting effect of having all four paws suspended over the base rather than planted on it. Overall, looks really good, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, but very easy to rotate to look around as well. It feels like a legitimate upgrade from Figure Builder, as it should be, and I would recommend Magnamalo definitely. So let's see more from the Cube line. I got Gore Magala because I missed out on him in a previous volume. Same base as with Magnamalo, as in literally the same base, just with a different location for the peg hole here. It also has the peg itself, and of course our favorite dragon edgelord, Gore Magala. They really went all out with this pose. Look at that face. The only color on this side of the figure is really that huge mouth and the fangs around it, and the horns, which have a slight purple. There are purple highlights entirely on the wings or cape that I'm not really sure that the camera picks up on exactly. Super great texture and a nice matte finish, though that completely changes when you flip to the other side, which is there's a lot to unpack. So there are a lot of different colors going from blue to green to gold and a bit of red at the edges, sort of calling back to the colors of Shagaru Magala, I would think, but not quite. The green is definitely an outlier here. I feel like they could have gotten a little closer to that turquoise look that Shagaru Magala had if they wanted to draw that connection. I recall Gore Magala having a red or purplish underwing, though I could be wrong, of course. Please let me know if you know. But if this is an issue for you, it is very clearly meant to be posed from the front anyway, so at least there's that. Just looking at another detail here, there is this burnt, like sienna, dark red color for the claws, which all look really gnarly. Anatomically, very accurate. Colors-wise, to be debated. But when it comes to the sculpt, you'll have to fight me. It looks great. I really think it's worth it in itself for the pose alone, and standing him up, you gotta see what I mean. Super dynamic pose, and one that really maximizes the whole setup with a single peg. Though their hard work really is kind of a waste with this gnarly green color that I don't think everybody will be into. So I'll be keeping my figure facing the front, thanks. So size comparisons, you can see right now that Gore Magala Cube is significantly bigger than any monster from the Figure Builder line. Not necessarily twice the size or anything, but definitely it occupies a lot more space height-wise and length-wise. so it definitely takes up a lot more attention on your shelf and on your desk, wherever you put it. The same goes for Magnamalo, of course, which is actually bigger than its amiibo, which I got in the collector's edition of Monster Hunter Rise. Personally, the amiibo is more visually pleasing for me personally, but both are a definite upgrade in terms of size with the figure builder line in general. And these are our first monsters from Capcom Figure Builder Cube. If there's anything we can take away from these two figures, it's that they're essentially bigger versions of the figure builder line. Similar techniques in terms of paint job, similar mistakes as well, though they do have a lot more room to work in terms of sculptures and textures. Unfortunately, it retains a sort of hit or miss quality of Capcom's figure builders, but they make up for it with an amazing sculpt and a bigger size to work with on your desk or display. I'm personally very excited to collect more, and I do have a Mizutsune Figure Builder Cube coming soon. Hope you can stick around by clicking subscribe, or if you found this video even remotely helpful in general, a like would be much appreciated. This is Anne from Omocha Reviews, and until next time, goodbye!